Warning: this video will be discussing subjects involving sexual assault and murder. This video may not be suitable for all audiences, so if this content bothers you, please turn the video off now. This is Jodi Sanderholm, gifted both athletically and academically. She was a beacon of kindness and talent in her community, but on a seemingly ordinary Friday afternoon in January of 2007, her life took a dark turn, shrouded in a tragedy. At 11:50 a.m. on that fateful day, Jodi had phoned her mother, Cindy, with plans for the day ahead. Little did she know that this simple call would be one of her last. As the hours passed and Jodi failed to return home, concern turned to panic, and her whereabouts became a mystery. As her family and friends frantically searched for answers, questions lingered in the air like a heavy fog. Where could she have gone? What could have happened to this vibrant young woman? Did someone have eyes on Jodi, tracking her every move? Join us as we delve into the perplexing case of Jodi Sanderholm's disappearance, unraveling the mystery and seeking justice for a life interrupted and heart shattered. But before we continue, our thoughts are with the friends and families of Jodi Sanderholm and all those affected by this tragic event. Jodi Sanderholm was a 19-year-old from Kansas, described by her mother as a brown-eyed, brown-haired beauty. She shared a close bond with her mother and confided in her about everything. As the youngest of her siblings, Jodi possessed a vibrant personality characterized by her upbeat nature, positivity, sweetness, and willingness to help others. Her passion for dance was evident from an early age, and she was deeply involved in her high school's dance program. In her last 2 years of high school, Jodi served as the captain of the dance team, showcasing her leadership skills and dedication to her craft. Upon enrolling at Cowley College, she continued her love for dance by joining the college dance team alongside her best friend. Jodi's talent extended beyond performing, as she also took on the role of the choreographer, crafting intricate dance moves for the team. Despite her love for dance, Jodi prioritized her academics, demonstrating a remarkable balance between her passion and her studies. Her commitment to excellence earned her the distinction of being the valedictorian of her high school graduating class, a testament to her intelligence and diligence. While Jodi had a supportive boyfriend with whom she had been dating since high school, she also faced unwanted attention from some of the young men on campus. Despite these challenges, Jodi remained focused on her goals, determined to pursue her dreams and make the most of her college experience. In January of 2007, Jodi Sanderholm vanished without a trace, leaving her family and friends in a state of shock and disbelief. Little did she know, Jodi had been stalked by an obsessed predator since childhood, a chilling revelation that would later come to light. Jodi's routine call to her mother, Cindy, on that fateful Friday, January the 5th, was one of her last. She mentioned her plans for the day ahead, unaware that it would be the beginning of a harrowing ordeal. As hours passed and Jodi failed to return home, Cindy's attempts to reach Jodi went unanswered, prompting a frantic search by family and friends. Concerns grew as it became evident that something was terribly wrong when Jodi's car was found missing from her house. Panic set in, and Cindy's worst fears began to take shape. As Cindy desperately reached out to everyone she could think of, the investigation into Jodi's disappearance began. Detectives soon uncovered unsettling details about Jodi's stalker, Justin Thurber. Despite Thurber's assertions of innocence and alibis provided by his family, his history of obsession and stalking raised serious suspicions. Further investigation into Thurber's past revealed disturbing accounts of his violent tendencies, including accounts from his former girlfriend detailing his aggressive behavior. His unsettling comments about Jodi and his disturbing fixation with her added to the mounting evidence against him. While Thurber continued to deny any involvement, the evidence against him continued to mount. The community remained vigilant, determined to uncover the truth behind Jodi's disappearance and hold Thurber accountable for his actions. As the investigation progressed, the search for justice intensified, with Jodi's family and friends seeking closure and resolution in the face of unimaginable tragedy. As the search for Jodi intensified, investigators combed through various areas, hoping to find any trace of her. Eventually, a search team made a grim discovery at a rest stop. Among the debris, they found a hand protruding from beneath a pile of branches. It was Jodi's lifeless body, hidden in the secluded area. Upon closer examination of the crime scene, investigators noticed footprints leading to the location where Jodi's body was found. The footprints indicated the presence of a single perpetrator, wearing sneakers with a distinct herringbone pattern on the soles. Additionally, the trail suggested that Jodi had resisted, causing her shoes to fall off as she was forcibly taken deeper into the woods. An autopsy conducted on Jodi's body revealed the horrifying extent of her injuries. Nearly every inch of her face and torso bore bruises, indicating severe physical trauma. She had also been subjected to sexual assault and sodomized with a tree branch. Injuries to her throat suggested she had been strangled multiple times, with periods of revival followed by further choking. The medical examiner concluded that Jodi's death was the result of homicide caused by strangulation and blunt force trauma to the head. The autopsy findings painted a harrowing picture of Jodi's final moments, revealing the brutality of her assailants' actions. The discovery of her body and the evidence collected at the crime scene provided crucial insights into the circumstances surrounding her disappearance and subsequent death. As the investigation unfolded, evidence against the prime suspect, Justin Thurber, was undeniable. DNA extracted from skin samples found under Jodi's fingernails matched Thurber's, further implicating him in the crime. Surveillance footage from a nearby sandwich shop revealed Thurber's blue Cadillac following Jodi on the day she disappeared, cooperating witness accounts of his stalking behavior. CCTV footage from Jodi's college campus showed Thurber tailing her as she left dance practice, indicating that he had been monitoring her movements since early that morning. On January the 9th, divers recovered Jodi's car from a lake, 11 miles from where her body was discovered. Despite fears that water damage may have destroyed evidence, technicians managed to retrieve a single arm hair from the driver's seat, potentially linking Thurber to the crime. Thurber's alibi witness, initially provided by Thurber himself, refuted his claims of spending the afternoon with him. Furious at being entangled in a murder investigation due to Thurber's lies, they cooperated fully with authorities. Thurber was charged with aggravated kidnapping, capital murder, rape, and sodomy. As the case against Thurber progressed, witnesses came forward, reporting sightings of a man driving Jodi's car on the day of her disappearance. Cell phone records further implicated Thurber, showing that both he and Jodi's phones had pinged off the same cell towers on the day she was abducted. Following Thurber's arrest, more women came forward with stories of being stalked by him, painting a disturbing picture of his behavior towards women. Investigators theorized that Thurber had followed Jodi home on the last day of her life, grabbing her as she checked the mail. He then forced her into her car and drove her to a secluded spot where he raped and murdered her. Confident in his ability to evade detection, Thurber buried Jodi's body under piles of debris before abandoning her car in a nearby lake. Despite his attempts to cover his tracks, the mounting evidence against him left little doubt about his guilt in Jodi's tragic demise. Thurber's trial was marked by intense scrutiny and legal maneuvering. Prior to the trial, Thurber's defense lawyer argued that his client was mentally incompetent, seeking to avoid the death penalty. They contended that Thurber's IQ, estimated between 70 and 80, made him ineligible for capital punishment under Supreme Court rulings against cruel and unusual punishment for those with developmental disabilities. However, the judge overseeing the case dismissed the argument, citing Thurber's high school graduation and college attendance as evidence of his ability to function in society. Thurber's extensive criminal record, though not for violent offenses, painted a troubling picture of his behavior. He had faced charges for theft, drug possession, disorderly conduct, impersonating a police officer, forgery, and criminal trespass, often receiving minimal punishment. Notably, he was stopped for a traffic violation near CIE College less than an hour before Jodi's abduction. The trial began on February 10, 2009 and lasted 7 days. While the prosecution presented a wealth of evidence against Thurber, The defense failed to produce any witnesses to challenge their claims. After just 3.5 hours of deliberation, the jury found Thurber guilty on all counts and recommended the death penalty. On March the 20th, the presiding judge sentenced Thurber to death by lethal injection for Jodi Sanderholm's murder. The appeals process is ongoing, with the defense arguing Thurber's mental incapacity to understand the consequences of his actions. However, regardless of the legal outcome, Thurber's appalling crimes are indisputable. He stalked, kidnapped, brutally raped, tortured, and murdered Jodi, attempting to cover his tracks with a false alibi. While Kansas hasn't executed a death row prisoner since 1965, Thurber remains incarcerated in a maximum security prison, awaiting the conclusion of his appeals. In 2013, spurred by the tragic loss of her friend Jodi, Angela Daffron founded the nonprofit organization Jodi's Voice. Their mission is clear: to raise awareness among the public and legislators about the urgent need for tighter laws against stalking. Their relentless advocacy efforts bore fruit when Kansas and New Mexico passed Jodi's law, broadening the definition of stalking and streamlining its prosecution. Jodi's case underscored systematic failures, with multiple complaints lodged against Thurber in the years leading to her kidnapping and murder. Despite at least 20 women accusing Thurber of harassment or stalking, the existing laws failed to prevent his actions or lead to his arrest. Female students at CIE College, where Thurber was a constant presence, lived in fear, often traveling in pairs or seeking male escorts to their vehicles. Despite the missed opportunities and inadequate legal measures, Jodi's memory lives on through organizations like Jodi's Voice. These dedicated groups continue to advocate for tighter laws against stalking, ensuring that victims receive the protection they deserve. As we reflect on the tragic story of Jodi Sanderholm, we are reminded of the urgent need for stronger laws and greater awareness to combat stalking and protect individuals from harm. Jodi's Voice and similar organizations continue to champion this cause, but the journey towards justice and safety is far from over. What are your thoughts on this case? Do you believe enough is being done to prevent similar tragedies in the future? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video informative, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel for more updates on important issues like this. Together, let's raise awareness and work towards a safer, more just society. Thank you for watching. Until next time.